Awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here to work together and really just in a group form, we can get just collaboration happening, community, but accountability. I don't know about you, but sometimes I just need to be able to sit at my desk and have a time to work together. So if you're jumping on the recording or if you're here right now, my first task for us today is to remove distractions because I know I have papers everywhere on my desk and my phone that I'm scrolling. And the first way to be super productive in these working 30s is to really focus on the task at hand. So I'm going to go through 3 steps here real quickly, and then we're going to get to work. So tonight we're going to talk about connecting, and inviting. Go ahead, Michelle. And I don't know why that's strange at the bottom, but the first thing that you're going to do when you're working is you need to have your list. So I hope that most of you have a list. If you can comment list, if you have that ready to go in front of you, if you're still like, list, what are you talking about, Sarah? It's okay. One thing that I want you to think about are the people that you're going to reach out to tonight or within the next week or the next 2 weeks. And I like to figure out who those people are going to be. I personally look at these three elements. I'm looking for hardworking people, just like myself. I'm looking for people that have influence, not an influencer necessarily, but have influence in their space, whether that's a fitness instructor, whether that's a mom, whether that's even a homeschooling mom can have an influence. And then people that you want to do life with, right? Like we are here to grow a business and to enjoy the people that we're around. It's such a perk of this business, right? To be able to pick who we work with. So those are 3 that I look for. If you have something different that you look for when you're making your list and selecting people that you're going to reach out to, just put it in the comments because I think that we all have ideas of what our ideal prospect is. Next, we're going to connect. So this is really, really important. Sometimes we have people that we reach out to and it's almost like a cold market and they're like, I have no idea who you are, where you came up in my feed, or why you're messaging me. And one idea that I think is really, really awesome is if you can connect with them prior to reaching out to them. Now, if you're just starting in business, this can go a few different ways. It can be engaging with their stories. Like if you're watching other people's Instagram stories and you go ahead and go into their Instagram and look at that particular person's story and engage in those stories. If you're in Facebook, the same thing. You can go into their stories and you can engage. Comment on their wall posts. So go onto their page and look at what's going on in their life and make some comments on. And then one other cool thing that you can do is you can share their content. So if you have someone who just shared a special Bible verse in their post, like you can actually share that to your stories and it just sees it kind of like a supporting system there because you're sharing their things and they see you as like someone who values what they're offering. So that's one thing I would do definitely to kind of warm them up a little bit more before you reach out to them. Next is the invite. So before we invite, instead of just spamming a ton of people, I would say ask some of these questions. How do I know this person? Why did I think of them? And when was the last time that I connected? Did I do my connection or is it been 10 years? Did I see them at the mall yesterday? And then how would I address this person? Meaning, how do I think I want to reach out to this person? It's super important to ask questions. If you have other questions that you think of, especially leaders that are on here, of how to get into the space of reaching out to them personally, feel free. This is definitely an open conversation here. Yep, go ahead, Michelle. Okay, so we are here to work, and if you've done some of those things, you're ready to reach out. If you haven't and you want to just go ahead and reach out, that's fine too. But you can spend this time. We're gonna actually going to set a clock here for 15 minutes. And you're just, or Michelle, can you go back to that presentation? You were on it. It's okay. You might not be able to work tonight because I have you as my assistant. I want to give you some language that I have used in the past year very, very frequently. This is not any language that is foreign because we all know who Justin Prince is, right? And I have been pulling this up again and again. And so I know that we have a ton of language that we've been given. And I want to remind you of this language because sometimes the simple we are, the more response and conversations we can have. Also, if you have people, maybe you're brand new, or maybe you have newbies and they're like, I can't put together the right language. This simple language, and I'm going to walk you through it before we get started quickly, has been a game changer for my business and for my team. It's very, very simple. Put in the chat if you guys have seen this, because I mean, there's a few different forms of this. But this is Justin Prince's inviting language, and he has a whole training on this language. I'm going to just kind of shorten it so we can use it today. So in step one, the first thing that you're going to reach out to, and you can do this in a voice message, you can do this in a text, is, "Hey, Michelle, I have an idea I want to run by you, but before I do, how are you?" So you're straight shooting them. You're saying, "I'm reaching out for a reason, but first, I do care about you. How are you doing?" Okay. And so there's a variance of how this will respond. What I have found is people love to be asked how they're doing. And so you might have conversation going. You might have them tell about what's going on in their life and they ask you how you are. And then you have this opportunity to talk about what's impacting you with make. And so one piece of this, after they've responded and they opened up that door, it might take a few messages. It might be right on the spot. Some people say, "What's your idea?" I'm always up for an idea. And you can change that idea to something else. I'm working on a project. I'm working on a new business. If they're really business minded, that can be altered. So then you're going to say, "I'm working on a new thing. I thought of you because." Now here goes back to the question that we had. Why are we thinking of this person? This one says, "You're a fitness guru." I would probably add more to that. This is just super short for this. I would say something like, you love to help people, something that connects them to why you thought of them. This makes it personable. Then you kind of relieve the pet pressure. You know what? This may or may not be for you. I'm good either way. But if I send you a short video, will you watch it and tell me what you think? Okay. And so the short video is going to be that Justin Make Experience short video, the the 5 minute video. Okay. And so, but before this, let me give you a tip because I've sent this to my team. They're like, "I'm still not getting a ton of responses." Here's the tricky and the most important part, I would say. Before you send a video, you're going to set up the time, the appointment for following up for that video. So I would say, if they say sure or yes, I would be like, "Awesome. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Can I call you after it? When can you watch it?" This is going to pinpoint them. Friends, this is so important because we're all so busy. And if someone sends me a video and I know I have till the end of life to watch it, I probably will wait till the very last minute. But if I know, hey, I can watch it tomorrow on my lunch break, and then I then respond, "Awesome. I'm going to touch base after that." When it's fresh in your mind, I can't wait to hear your thoughts. I'm going to watch it better. You're going to get more responsive watching the video. Okay, so it's kind of like a 5 step system. So it's, "Hey, how are you? I have an idea. I thought of you because can I send you a short video?" Set up that follow-up, sorry, with the balloons, with the invite, and then telling them that you're so excited. And so when you follow up, this is kind of like beyond what tonight's about. You're gonna follow up with a positivity like, "Hey, what stuck out to you?" Or, "Hey, I'm so excited to hear what aligned with you." Something positive for them to say. And that could be on a phone call if you set that up, or that could be in a text. Okay, so this is the language that I have provided. That's the end of my professional slideshow. But I wanted to give you something to boost this up, and we're actually going to get to work. We're going to set a timer here for 12 minutes. If you have questions in the chat, if you're like, "I'm a little confused," I'll be responding in there as well. Michelle, if she hasn't already, she's going to put that language in the chat, which
That's
is,
what I was going to do when I was, yeah. So I'll stop sharing here and then I will drop that language in the chat.
oh, you know what? I'll drop it in the chat because I want this to stay up so people can
Oh,
screenshot it.
okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Awesome. I see some of you have been doing that.
So
Great.
I'm
Michelle, can you start the timer?
starting the
Woo,
timer. 12 minutes. Here we
12
go.
minutes. And do what you need to do. Do you need to connect with a few people tonight? Look at your list. Do you need to go on their stories? I would do that just for like 1 or 2 minutes, and then I want you to invite to at least 5 people tonight. See if you can make that goal, if not more. All right, all right. I know I might have shortened us just a little bit on time tonight. Sorry for the, I don't know, the delay, but I would love to hear if you want to unmute or put in the chat any like ahas or something that you learned or a win. We have a few minutes. I think I got six or seven, and I have someone who wants me to call them right now, like after this call. So I'm gonna probably do that. And someone who messaged back right away and said, how are we is the really big question. Life's been turned upside down and putting the pieces together, but super curious about your idea. And even if she's not interested, this is a friend of mine. So I'm like, are you okay? What's turned upside down? So definitely have gotten some responses. Would love to hear. You can stop sharing, Michelle. You can push the stop share button.
Okay, so Sarah, I want to ask you when you
Yeah,
did that, do that through a voice message or was that through texting?
I did a little bit of both. It depends on the person. I think I did mostly text just because, or voice because it was faster
Okay.
tonight. But I
Um,
think either is great.
okay, so I just have to be honest, and I know this is all being recorded, but what's inspired me so much about these, and I have to be honest, and I mean, I am a leader in the company. I don't have a very good list. And so before I get on my next working 30, my plan, which I worked on, was my list. I've got to be better because I can get so much done if I get that good list, and I've been lackadaisical with that. So these have inspired me just to get the list. So I'm excited.
Yay, that's a win, Natalie, for sure. If you're in the same boat as Natalie, don't worry, we were all there. And I think these are one things that's like you're so much more productive if you have that list, no matter if you're online or a paper pencil girl, whatever you do. Thanks for sharing, Natalie. Love it, B. Awesome.
Thanks so much, everyone. I am hopping off to get on the
Yeah, we
launch.
have make
I
lunch to
have
go,
a few
right?
people that are attending that. So thanks for joining. We'll see you next week.
Okay, if anyone else has questions, if not, we can let everyone hop off. Yeah,
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Sarah.
you're welcome. Thanks for your
Oh,
patience.
okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.